I have a mug of coffee. I didn't even want coffee, but I just felt like I couldn't do a video response to talk without a mug of coffee. So this fortnight, the topic of conversation has been, is university worthwhile? And so far we've had 4 videos, and all of them have come down, on balance, against university. Not quite, all of them have conceded that for some people university is the right choice and for others it isn't, but because they feel rightly that society's bias is currently pro-university, people have focused more on arguing why it might not be necessary, worthwhile, whatever. The thing is, I don't think this is a reason why we shouldn't mention the arguments for university at all, so I thought I'd dive in and do that. Quick introduction. My name is Meg. I'm a student at the University of Oxford, Balliol College. I'm in my 2nd year and I'm studying French and linguistics. So the first point I want to make is that a lot of people have said that yes, university is definitely worthwhile if you want to be a doctor or a lawyer or something that absolutely needs a degree. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that if the degree you're contemplating is a supposedly useless degree, like, French and linguistics, that you should immediately dismiss it out of hand. French does not lead straight to a job. Neither does linguistics, and I'm not becoming a speech therapist. Stating that outright. I'm going to regret this in a few years when I become a speech therapist. Basically, I'm studying French for the love of learning it. And don't put down the love of learning it. There is nothing wrong with just doing a subject because you want to. There are lots of factors which should come into a decision regarding whether or not you go to university. And some of those will be financial and about getting a job, practical things. But you should also consider just what you want to do, what you're interested in, what you want to do with the next few years of your life. I'm glad that we're now having 3 UK vloggers talk about the issue this week in comparison to the 3 Americans last week, because I feel it's a very different situation here. Financial considerations are probably not less important in the UK, but I think they're less the be-all and end-all of the discussion. I started out by saying I'm at Balliol College, University of Oxford. Balliol has produced 3 prime ministers in the last 100 years. We also produced Boris Johnson. But I've got friends from all backgrounds, all walks of life here at Balliol, and there's a really good bursary system. The motto of the college is that no one should have to leave because of financial considerations. That may be idealistic, but it's better than a lot of people would assume such a supposedly elite college would provide. In terms of getting jobs, it's been mentioned that having experience in the workplace is often much more useful than having a degree. Yeah, probably, except that there are a lot of degrees which demand you do an internship or get a job as part of your degree. I told you I'm studying French. Next year, I'm going off to France and I'm teaching English, basically. Well, I'm being an assistante de langue, so halfway between a TA and a tutor, and it's whatever the school wants me to do, but that's a hell of a lot of work experience for which I'm getting paid, and I'm also getting to live in France. Woo! So university and work experience are not mutually exclusive. You can do both. And finally, there are the considerations which can't be put aside so quantitatively. Considerations like social life, and social growth as well. I don't have much of a social life, I'll state that outright. I sit in my room and make YouTube videos, but I feel like I've grown a lot socially. You have to learn to have confidence in your arguments, and that's a skill that I definitely did not have. Going out and finding a community, that's something that I never had to do before leaving home, and that's something that I would have struggled with if I had not had such a structured environment in which to sort of bridge the gap a little bit. Those sorts of skills, I feel like if I'd just been plonked into the real world, I would have struggled. I'd have got there eventually, but not so quickly and not so easily. University also provides time for you to figure out who you are and what you believe. There's a lot of political discussion that happens at universities. There are other ways to achieve that, of course. There's a lot of discussion that happens on the internet, but I don't feel like I'm having an effect on the internet. I feel like I'm worthwhile here. And I think, for me, that's what university has done. It's been worthwhile because it's made me feel like I'm worthwhile. And it's given me the confidence to go out and teach English for the next year. I've got a full-time job next year, and that's crazy, and that's something that I would have been so terrified to do without university. So, is university a necessity in my life? Don't know, it depends on the job I end up getting, which is not set in stone yet. Was it worthwhile though? Yeah, definitely. Anyway, just adding my voice, I look forward to hearing other people talk.